If you sell products on Amazon or you're thinking about getting started, learning how to properly read Keepa charts is one of the most important skills that you can develop. And this applies whether you're doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, wholesale, drop shipping, or really any Amazon business model where you're trying to figure out whether a product is actually worth selling or not. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is looking at an Amazon listing, seeing that the product is profitable right now, and then assuming that that product is a good product to buy and then resell. What you really need to understand is not just what's happening today right now, but also what's been happening with that product over a period of time and what you can project is going to happen with that product into the future. Has the price been stable? How often has that product been selling? Is Amazon competing on the listing? What do the other sellers look like that are jumping on? Is the competition increasing? Is it not? And is that profitable price something that you're seeing right now that's actually going to be expected when your products get into inventory, or is it likely to drop over time, race to the bottom pricing, etc.? And that is where Keepa comes in. It tells you pretty much all of that over historical data behind the scenes on an Amazon listing. And once you understand how to read that data, you can make a much more informed decision about the products that you're choosing to sell. So they're not a guarantee 100%, but they're pretty close to it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to actually read a Keepa chart properly, what I personally look for when analyzing products, and some of the potential red flags that could help you avoid putting your money into the wrong inventory. So with that being said, let's jump into my computer and take a look. All right, now let's get into one of the most important skills in this entire course, and that is product analysis. Because finding products is not the hard part. There are millions of products out there. The real challenge is knowing which products are actually worth buying, because every time you buy inventory, you're making a decision, right? A business decision. And we want to make decisions that give us the best chance to win. So when I analyze a product, there are four main things that I look at. First, profit margin, obviously, profit per unit, two, sales velocity, and the competition. And I'm not just looking for them, one by one. I'm looking at how they all work together in conjunction. So let's jump into my screen and I'll show you exactly how I analyze products step by step. All right, so here I am on Amazon. If you scroll down, here we have the Keepa chart, and the phone car holder here is a good example. So right now I'm viewing the last 3 months, but if I switch out to all 520 days here, you can see that it was first listed at around $18.99. And then it steadily stayed around $25.60 for a while. Now let's go back 3 months. The first thing I'm looking at is the buy box price. If you don't see it, you can click on buy box here. And why does that matter? Because it's usually the price that you'll be competing at. All right, so now I'm going to do is take the price and enter it into my profit calculator. Now we have two options for this. We can either use Amazon's free calculator, or we can use another tool like the AMZ Scout Chrome extension. So for this example, I'm going to show you the Amazon free revenue calculator. It's really easy. You can Google it. Just Google search for Amazon revenue calculator. It should pop up. Then click on the FBA revenue calculator and continue as guest unless you're signed in. Now you've got the calculator, all right? So now we need to search for the product. The easiest way to do that is by using the ASIN number. So to find the ASIN, you want to go back to the listing URL. And inside the URL, you'll see at the top in the URL, /DP/ followed by a string of letters and numbers. This is the ASIN. So you just want to copy this. You can do this on any listing. You can also go down and find it in the actual product listing as well. Copy it, come back to the calculator and paste it in and click search. Now you'll see the product appear. Sometimes you might get an error message. If that happens, just refresh the page, paste the ASIN again, and search one more time. Now we've got the product loaded here. So let's go back to our example. We already copied the ASIN and loaded the product into the calculator. So now we need to enter the buy box price. So for this, it's $25.59, and you want to add that in. Now, if you scroll down, it's going to give you the two most important numbers, right? The profit margin and the profit per unit. Profit margin shows how much profit you keep from each sale after fees and costs. So for example, if a product sells for $20 and you make $5 profit, that's a 25% profit margin. But here's something important to understand too. A high profit margin itself does not always mean it's a great product, right? Because you can have a strong margin, but if very low actual profit dollars in there, then it's hard to scale. So what I care about more is the profit per unit, because that's what really grows your business. So for example, if our net profit here is $17.28 and our net margin is 67%, that makes a great product in this example. So let's check another example. This time we have a phone case. Let's go to the Keepa chart. And here we can see the buy box price is around $7 to $9. And if we look at the full chart, we can see that it started around $12.99 and now sits closer to $9. So what we can do is copy the ASIN again and go back to the revenue calculator. And I already tested this product as well. So now we need to add the item price, meaning the buy box price on Amazon. So let's enter $8.99. And now let's see the results. So we have a net margin of around 45%, right? And our net profit is about $4. But here's the issue. If we check the Keepa chart again, you can see that around April 16th, the price dropped much, much lower. That's not a good sign. Over the last 3 months, this product has shown high volatility in its price. So to be safer, let's use the lower buy box price of $7.19 instead. So if you add that in, now you can see that your net profit drops to around only $2. And this is why I always focus heavily on profit per unit. Now, the next thing that I'm checking is sales velocity. So for that, you want to go back to the Amazon listing. Again, scroll down to the Keepa chart, and now look at this green line. In the green box, you'll see the sales rank. Now, what I want here is heartbeat activity, in my opinion, right? You can see it moving constantly, 26, 27, then 29, then back to 26. And this proves that this product is consistently selling. Below that, you'll see a yellow line. In the green box, it says the monthly sales are 10,000 units, and that's the estimated monthly units sold. And this is one of the strongest indicators of demand because remember, if a product isn't selling, your money is just sitting dead in a warehouse. Now, let's also talk about competition, right? Look at the bottom chart here. You'll see blue and orange boxes. A blue box shows the total number of sellers. At one point, it says there's 13 sellers, then 14, then 15. The orange box shows how many of these sellers are using Amazon FBA, right? Since both numbers stay very close together, that means that most of the competitors are professional FBA sellers. Having multiple sellers is completely normal. It's not that big of a deal, right? In fact, it actually validates the product, in my opinion. But what really matters is how those sellers behave. If the price is staying stable like this and it's flat pink line here, or sellers are constantly lowering the price, those are different. So if we go back to our phone case example, you can see here that these are basically dominant Amazon sellers controlling their pricing. And here's another bad example right here. You can see two sellers aggressively lowering the prices over time. The race to the bottom is exactly what you want to avoid. You can see all of that with the Keepa chart because when sellers constantly undercut each other, your margins are just going to disappear. They're going to evaporate and you're not going to make any money. You might even lose money. A product still might sell fast, but you won't make any money. And that's how a good product becomes a bad one very quickly. So when you're doing your product research, always look for stability instead of race to the bottom pricing. Now, this is the part that most people miss, right? They analyze the product, they look, they think it looks good, they buy inventory, but then they never think about what happens after the product goes live. And that's where pricing becomes extremely important. And that's why this Keepa chart and reading products like this is so important.